Yes, come in.
Your dinner, sir?
Well, now.
Be anything else, sir?
No, thank you, Liz. This looks fine. Yes?
Excuse me. Oh, sorry to bother you, sir. Callan, sir. Any idea how long he'll be?
1961. Best year for Burgundy since the war. You will...
No, thank you, sir. Callan, sir. Any idea how long he might be?
Oh, an hour or so yet, I should
An
think.
hour? Well, that's cutting it just a touch fine, isn't it, sir? I mean, suppose the professor comes back early.
No, he won't. He's been invited to spend the night at Burton Lodge.
Burton Lodge. Isn't that Sir Charles Braden's place, sir?
Yes. They'll be talking scientific shop all night, I imagine.
Does Sir Charles know what's going on, sir?
Not exactly.
He's in for a nasty surprise, isn't he?
Yes. Now, if you don't mind, Mears.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Liz has excelled herself this time.
Not Liz, actually, sir. Dial a banquet.
J. B Bravo D Delta 142 J Juliet. Blue Austin 1100 Saloon. YD 831C. Y Yankee D Delta 831C Charlie. Since 2100 hours, Grey Morris Oxford Saloon. BJT 41C. B Papa J Juliet D Tango 41C Charlie. Message N. Repeat all cars from MP. Stolen cars since 1700 hours. Red and green Mark 10 Jaguar Saloon. BVD 142J. D Bravo D Delta 142J Juliet. Blue Austin 1100 Saloon. YD 831C. Y Yankee D Delta 831C Charlie. Since 2100 hours, Grey Morris Oxford Saloon. PJT 41C. P Papa J Juliet D Tango 41C Charlie. Message ends. Over. Tango 1-5. All cars Tango Division. Lorry stolen Upper Richmond Road. 300 Whitlock. Registration number Zulu Alpha Romeo 239. Carrying crates of whiskey. Found preserved fingerprints. Mr. Jensen.
What exactly is the professor offering them, sir?
A new radar network. The only one in the world that's capable of detecting a low-level attack. He's been one of the team for 5 years.
Well, they'll pay well for that.
Not to Rose. He's an idealist. He wrote a book called The Deadly Slave. Harness technology to feed the starving millions, all that stuff.
And his contact, sir?
A Dutch publisher named Amstel. They met at a book fair in The Hague 6 months ago. Amstel's the one on the left, appropriately enough.
His name's not Amstel, sir?
Exactly.
Foxtrot 5. Hammersmith Broadway, action. Ambulance called, traffic building up. Request assistance. Message James. Zulu 2. The Hollies 3, call information room. Over.
Charlie Romeo 3. Amstead are breaking. Suspects on premises now. Flat 7, 129 Eversley Road. See Mr. Ray. Message timeline. No problems?
No.
Not too clever of him.
Oh, come on. He's not an agent, is he? He's a scientist.
Yes, well, this is fine. You look somewhat jaded.
Well, I've been up most of the night.
It's your age, old boy.
Well, take tomorrow off. Relax.
A whole day?
Give me a chance to evaluate these.
Oh. I thought you were being careful with my welfare.
Professor Rose. Plus, if he were to pass this information on, there's no doubt whatsoever the Russians could duplicate the entire network within 3 months.
Exactly.
There are other documents, of course, but... Well, it looks as if the professor is a sitting duck. You'd better bring him in before the others get to him.
I intend leaving him for a while, with your permission, Sir Charles.
Is that wise, Hunter? If this were to fall into unauthorized hands, you do realize, of course, I would have to deny this conversation ever took place.
Oh, yes, I understand, of course. But we can't substitute the document. Rose would know. And this is our only chance of getting the carrier.
Is it worth risking your neck for the sake of a mere pawn? To say nothing of 5 years of research and a vital security document.
Oh, I think I know who they'll send. He's no pawn.
Well, on your head be it, Hunter. Pity about Rose, though. Apart from his work for the ministry, he's engaged on preparing a paper on the application of certain nuclear principles to surgical techniques. What a waste. Of course, there's no question of his having access to classified information anymore, but I suppose you will have to remove him.
If you want any secrets left in your ministry, ultimately, yes.
Just a thought.
Yeah, well, I'll bear in mind. Might be a way.
Well, that's your field, Hunter. I've said nothing. Good day.
Good day, Sir Charles.
Sir? From the telephone intercept. Professor Rose has reported a break-in at his house to the local police.
Damn.
What do you want me to do about the police, sir? Warn them off?
No. As long as they don't find the intercept, we may not have lost too much. Lord save me from meddling policemen.
Yes, sir.
A very professional job. He really knows his work.
I rather thought the burglars always did.
Far from it.
Oh. That's as well you found out how he got in, or I'd have suspected my Daly.
The house was empty.
Yes, she finished work at 5, and I was away all night.
What time did you leave, Professor?
About 8:30.
Where did you stay last night?
At Sir Charles Braden's, Burton Lodge.
Tell me, what value would you put on that statuette?
Oh, in terms of cash, no value at all, but it belonged to the Society for the Advancement of Electronic Research. They award it annually.
You mean you have to return it to them?
Exactly. Next month.
I see. Are you employed on classified work, Professor?
Yes. But then so is everybody who works at the research centre.
Do you keep any classified papers here?
We work under stringent regulations. No classified material is ever allowed out of the centre.
Well, if not exactly classified, perhaps confidential?
I do have confidential papers, yes, but they're kept in my safe. That hasn't been touched.
You are quite sure of that?
I've checked the contents. There's nothing missing. Anyway, it was still locked when I discovered the burglary.
There's something very odd about all this.
What do you mean, Inspector?
Someone, an expert, took a great deal of trouble to break in here, then stole one, forgive me, relatively insignificant item, then left.
Perhaps he was disturbed.
No. He cleared up, locked the French windows behind him. It's unusual, to say the least.
You don't think that it was an ordinary sort of burglary?
I know it wasn't.
What are you getting at, Inspector? All this talk of confidential papers. You're not suggesting it was some sort of spy?
It did cross my mind.
Oh. Doesn't make sense, Inspector. What spy would risk stealing an object of no value to anybody except the rightful owner?
Well, this is a real pleasure. It's been too long. Can I offer you something?
Thank you, but no, a little early for me.
Well, how are things at the yard?
Much as usual.
I see Blakemere's retired. You must be in line for his seat.
One would like to think so, but we shall see.
Best of luck, of course. Was there anything in particular that brought you this way?
Oh, I thought it was long past time I dropped in. There was one little thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I had an old friend on the phone today, Inspector Vanston from Hampstead. He's come across a funny little break-in on his patch.
Really?
He thought we might have an interest in the area, but we haven't.
No?
No, it's a house belonging to a Professor Rose. He works at the centre. Well, it crossed my mind that perhaps you...
Professor Rose, Hampstead. No, I don't...
Just a passing thought.
No, I'm certain we have no interest in that area at the moment, but let me check for you.
Yes, sir?
Find Mr. Callan for me, will you, Liz?
He is here now, sir.
Oh, good. Send him in.
Sorry to put you to this trouble.
Oh, no trouble at all. David, you know Chief Superintendent Brown's special branch course.
Sir?
He just asked me, we don't have any interest in a Professor Rose at a Hampstead address, do we?
I don't think so, sir. I'm certain we don't, sir, no.
Well, thank you, David.
Sir.
Oh, there it is. Sorry.
No, I quite understand. It's good of you to let me take your time.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, good hunting.
Yes?
PC Valentine, sir.
Yes, Valentine.
It's about that break-in last night, sir, at Professor Rose's house.
Yes?
It was on my beat.
We don't expect you to be everywhere at once, Valentine.
Oh, but I was there, sir. There was this taxi parked at the side of the house. I've got its number, and I've got the address of the driver.
Oh, I can explain. It's me.
What do you want?
What's this, then?
Well, it's a bit difficult to explain, Mr.
I'm
Callan.
Detective Inspector Vanston. I believe you know this man.
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever seen this before?
No?
Your friend here says that he bought it from a stranger in a pub 2 days ago.
Oh, did he?
It's a lie. 2 days ago, it hadn't been stolen.
Oh, I must have made a mistake.
Indeed, you did. He tells me that you were with him last night, Mr. Callan. Is that
That's right. Yes, I was.
What time?
Well, I suppose it'd been about 8 o'clock.
Until?
Until, whoa, about 2.
You're sure of that?
Yes, I'm sure, yeah.
Then I'm arresting both of you for breaking into a house at Fairfax Road, Hampstead, and stealing this figure.
Thank you. Mr. Hugh Stamston.
Correct.
Business or pleasure, sir?
Sorry?
I see you are a book publisher. Is your visit for business or pleasure purposes?
Oh, pleasure. Yes, very definitely a pleasure.
Fine. Welcome to England, Mr. Amston.
Thank you.
Your personal property. Sign at the end of the list, please. Check it. You understand, of course, that this will have to go back to its owner.
Without explanation, I hope.
Well, there'll be an explanation. Not the truth, of course.
I'll see you later, won't I? Thanks.
Don't thank me. I do no favors for thieves, even when they are employed by the government. It worries me the security of the country in your hands.
Could be in worse hands.
Hardly, considering you both have criminal records.
I wonder when that would come up.
It's unlikely qualification for an agent.
Do you know of a better? It's not everybody's cup of tea, this job, you know.
I don't doubt the necessity of the work. Just wish you were more efficient and less light-fingered.
You got all that, Liz?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Liz.
All right, I know what you're going to say.
Do you not?
You're quite right.
It's a refreshing change to have you agree with me about something. I suppose you think that absolves you from all blame.
No.
Made it quite clear how you're responsible for the actions of your odorous colleague.
I am going to tear his ears off.
I hope so. We don't enjoy the best of relationships with special branches, you know. They have their job, but
Yeah,
we
I
have
know, sir,
ours.
I know.
And I don't like having to ask them to bail my men out
I
of police
bloody
stations.
like it myself.
Right. How'd you like this?
Tamarish? Grigori Tamarish and Professor Rose?
Yes. If I'm right, Tamarish will be arriving any time now to make the pickup. A little bird tells me that special branch have an all ports warning out for him.
Why?
Doubtless they have their reasons, but they won't be any help to us. For all we know, he may be here already.
Listen, Tamarish is one of their section leaders. Why should they send a section leader to do a carrier's job?
I doubt if Rose would deal with anyone else. He thinks Tamarish is a Dutch publisher with business contacts on both sides.
Well, they could use dead letter boxes.
Oh, not for this. It's far too important. No, they'll send Tamarish.
Might be interesting if they do. Could be a pleasure meeting him.
The last two that met him didn't find it a pleasure.
Yeah, but he was on his own ground then, wasn't he? Here, he'll be more vulnerable.
And he knows it. He'll just be all the more dangerous.
Now what do we do?
Well, if you can't beat them, join them. Do you fancy a drink?
Thank you very much. Over there? In the corner, sir.
Two hours a bit, please.
Sure.
Love to know who he's calling.
$591.
Hello, Peter. Here is Joost Amstel. Listen to me. There's a little problem.
No, what is it?
I shall be a little later than I said.
Well, look, if there's any difficulty, perhaps it'd be better not to come tonight.
No, it's all right. I have some people with me and I have to get rid of some.
I don't want to see anyone else, you know that.
I said I get rid of some. I see you at 9 tonight?
Alone.
I'll be alone. That I promise you.
Come on. So now we know.
I don't like that bit about getting rid of them, sir.
I hope Special Branch know what they're doing.
It'll be the first time, sir.
Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Callan. You wanted to see me, Mr. Callan?
Yeah, why don't you come in and shut the door? I think it's about time you and I had a little chat!
Mr. Callan, please. I'm sorry, it'll never happen again.
You're telling me it'll bloody never happen again?
Please, it wasn't my fault. It was my fingers. Look, this all got to laugh at alone, you know.
Son, you and your sticky bloody fingers! Oh, they nearly got me killed!
Mr. Callan, please.
And I am not ready to go, not yet! No, I don't want people with sticky fingers hanging around me, right?
Hurting me.
Find a use for that. Like the sink. Yes.
This is Charlie. Come in at once.
All right.
Don't like it.
Well, maybe he's just
What?
having a pee.
No, I don't think so. He's either trying to drop us or else he's got a meet in there. Central 2-5. Central 2-5 to MP, over.
Central 2-5 from MP. Go ahead, over.
Central 2-5 to MP. Urgent message for SB2, over.
Central 2-5, one moment, please. Central 2-5, go ahead.
We're about 2 miles west of the A12 of Bucklerswood Epping Forest.
The traveller has left his vehicle and entered the forest. Request instructions. Stop. Over.
Central 2-5, your message received. Stand by.
Central 2-5 from MP, over. Central 2-5, over.
Reply from SB2 reads. Central 2-5 to follow traveller. Central 2-6 to remain with vehicle.
Inform SB2 when contact re-established. Over. Understood. Central 2-5 out.
The bloody fools. Lambs to the slaughter.
Well,
I heard. Hey, what happens if he comes back here before you find him?
you follow him, of course.
Of course.
I can't thank you enough, Inspector. I wasn't looking forward to explaining
You'll
the loss of this...
sign the receipt?
Yes, of course. And the person's responsible.
On that line there, please. I'm afraid they've avoided us.
But you know who they are?
Yes, I do. But it's one thing to know who's responsible, quite another to get them in front of a court.
Insufficient evidence, I suppose?
It's so often the case.
I'm a police officer.
Is that so?
My colleague is in the...
He's dead. I just shot him.
I'm arresting you.
I want Amstel, and I want him badly.
Naturally.
Now, look, Hunter, this is murder, a police case.
Yes, of course.
I thought Amstel was a harmless little go-between. Now, do you know who he really is and where I can find him?
Regretfully, no.
I have to put this bluntly, Hunter. If you had any interest in Amstel before he killed my officers, forget it.
I understand how you feel.
I'm putting 100 men on this case, and I'll see Amstel in the dock of the Old Bailey if it's the last thing I do, and no one is going to get in my way.
Bloody babes in the wood. I mean, whose bright idea was it to send 2 learners after a man like that?
Not mine.
Slaughter. Not a gun between them.
Calm down, David. The damage is done. Anyway, it's not our responsibility. It's a special branch. Nothing to do with us. They take their risks just as we do.
I mean, they did know who they were after, didn't they? I mean, they didn't think they were just following some little red bookseller from Holland. You did tell them that he was a KGB executioner.
Actually, no. You're well aware we do not share information with Special Branch, nor they with us.
Oh, my God. Well, I hope you sleep well tonight. There are 2 people in the morgue, thanks to you.
You're being over-emotional again, David.
Well, that is something nobody could accuse you of, is it? Look, mate, I go out in the field and I meet them face to face. Not you. You sit there in that comfortable chair. You say one bloody word, some bastard dies 1,000 miles away. You say nothing, and 2 kids end up on a slab. That chair, that bloody chair.
Are you quite finished?
I've quite finished.
Right. Then eliminate tomorrow. He's due at Rose's house at 9 tonight. No mistakes, no mess.
No blood on the professor's carpet.
Nor on the professor. He is not to be touched.
I wasn't exactly planning a wholesale massacre.
I have something in mind for him. Might appeal to you. A kind of poetic justice.
Wait here.
No, I can't wait here, Mr. Callan. I mean, what if that copper comes back?
Well, keep him here. Do what you like. Keep him here. Don't let him near the house.
How can I keep him here?
Tie his bootlaces together.
Look, I'm being serious, Mr. Callan. I can't talk to coppers, you know that. I mean, they give me the creeps. I just wouldn't know what to say to him.
Do what you like. Show him your holiday snaps, anything, but keep him away from that house, right? Turn your bloody sign off. What's that, then?
Oh, it's just a £1 note, Mr. Callan.
Just a £1 note?
Yeah.
You found it on the floor, did you?
What? I suppose I must have dropped it.
Must have dropped it, you bloody liar. You've been plying for hire again, haven't you?
No, well, it's...
I haven't got time, son. I haven't got time. Come on.
But, Mr...
Let's call it income tax, shall we?
Are you absolutely certain you can get these papers to the right people?
I have the contacts, sir.
Oh, yes, I know that.
Peter, don't worry. I promise you I can get it to the Russians. And at top military level. That is what you want, isn't it?
Oh, yes. I'm an internationalist.
Of course.
My concern is only in maintaining an equality of scientific knowledge.
Military scientific knowledge.
Exactly. How else can we prevent politicians from destroying us?
You know, Peter, I have worked for peace in my own way for many years now. Just trust me. I think it's best to hurry.
You're sure you weren't following me? What about those people who were with you this afternoon? Who are they?
Oh, they're just some people I bumped into at the airport. I got rid of them. The papers. Thank you, Peter.
You're leaving tonight.
Everything is arranged. This will be at its destination tomorrow afternoon. Over there and don't move.
Sit down, Professor.
Charlie?
Charlie speaking.
I'm at the salesman's house.
Successful purchase?
Yes, quite successful. As directed. 2 cans of meat to be collected here.
2?
Yeah, don't worry. Both the same brand.
Right, I'll send George. How's the salesman?
His first taste of a hard sell. I don't think he enjoyed it very much.
Well done. See you later.
You will.
Who are you?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. You're a murderer.
What's more, a professional. Just like him. Sit down. Go on, sit down. Allow me to introduce you. Tomaresh Gregory. Colonel, KGB.
You're wrong. You made a most terrible mistake. That's Joost Amstel, a Dutch book publisher.
Professor, this man killed 2 of our agents just over a year ago. This afternoon, he killed 2 special branch operatives in Epping Forest. One of them was a young girl. That is the man you've been dealing with.
I had no idea.
Of course you had no idea. Your kind of person never has any idea. You're not even a real traitor, are you? You're just a woolly-headed do-gooder, trying to play God.
What are we waiting for?
Undertaker.
I don't understand.
What do you want to do, Professor? Go outside, dig 2 holes in your own garden?
Oh, I see. What are you going to do with me?
Nothing.
I'm not a fool. I know they'll never let me continue my work at the centre.
Oh, you're right. However, I expect you'll continue working. The only trouble is that for the rest of your life, no one will ever, ever trust you again. Rose did pretty well, didn't he? Could always go over, you know.
You weren't. The opposition will be under the impression he set up Primarish for us to eliminate him.
Charming.
Well, we'll get as much work out of him as we can.
Till they kill him?
Every time he turns a corner, he'd be wondering if there's an executioner waiting for him. Wonder there will be. I wouldn't call that getting off light.
Poor bastard.
You feel sorry for him?
On balance, I feel more sorry for the coppers that were killed.
Oh, yes. That reminds me, David, you owe us £1.
What for?
Well, we thought we'd have a whip round. Might be rather a nice idea for the department to send a wreath.
Be anonymous, of course.
Of course.
I'll let Brown of Special Branch know who it's from, naturally. Good for interdepartmental relations.
Yes, yes. £1 whole pound. You really are all heart, aren't you?
Thank you.